Hello, welcome back to my channel and a very special welcome if you're new here. My name is Jen and this is Jen Clayton Beauty. We do everything beauty and makeup, and that includes eyeshadow tutorials of brand newly released palettes. And that is the brand new palette from one of my very favorite indie brands, Nomad Cosmetics. This is the Keys Beachy and Peachy palette inspired by the Florida Keys. Now, when I received this palette and I opened it up, I audibly gasped. It is an absolutely stunningly beautiful, colorful palette. It screams Florida Keys, beach vibes, summer vibes. I'm so excited about this. And like I said, Nomad is one of my all-time favorite indie brands. I will go ahead and pop up here on the screen the release date, time for this palette, as well as the price. It is $49 before any discounts. And I do have a 10% discount for Nomad Cosmetics. I will link it down below for you. You can get 10% off the palette. So if you're excited to see a look with the Keys Beachy and Peachy palette, give this video a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not, turn your bell on because I upload lots and lots of new videos every single week. Again, I will have the Nomad Keys Beachy and Peachy palette down below for you, all of the information on the release date, the time, and my 10% discount code. And again, this palette does retail for $49 before any discounts. You'll also find my favorite beauty subscription boxes. All of the other makeup that I'm wearing today, I have done all of my makeup other than eyeshadow, liner, mascara. All of the other makeup I'm wearing will be down below. Discounts to my favorite indie brands, including Nomad Cosmetics, and come follow me on TikTok for more beauty and makeup. So let me insert some close-ups and swatches of the palette and tell you a little bit more about it before we create an eye look. The Nomad Keys Beachy and Peachy palette is a 15-pan eyeshadow palette with a mix of beautiful soft mattes as well as sparkly beautiful shimmers. It says designed island hopping and road tripping from Key Largo to Key West. Proud supporter of the Dolphin Research Center. Nomad Cosmetics is cruelty free and again is an indie brand. Now I love this color story. I think it definitely screams Florida, screams summer. We have some beautiful shades of yellows, greens, a pop of purple. I am obsessed with that bottom shade that looks like a peachy orange red. It's absolutely stunning. There's some grungy shades in here. There's some more pastel shades. I love that we have a mix of light, mid-tone, and deep matte, so you can really create depth with this palette. You can also go a little bit on the neutral side if you focused your eye look on the mustard yellows and maybe some of the peaches in the palette, but we're gonna create a colorful eye look today because I love colorful eyeshadow. I love Nomad Cosmetics, and when I look at this palette, I am instantly inspired to create a colorful eye look. So let me go ahead and zoom you in and let's get started. So as always, I'm going to prime my eyes with my MAC Paint Pot and Painterly. I always prime my eyes. I feel like it keeps my shadows in place, prevents it from creasing, and brings out really the true opacity of the shadow. So I'm just going to pop that on my lids and then I tap it out to make sure there's no creasing. I'm immediately drawn to this shade down here, so I am 100% going to be using that. And then this kind of grungy yellow green also intrigues me. I love this deep dark blue, this teal shade. I mean, I'm pretty much in love with a lot of the shades in this palette. So I think what I'm going to do is, like I said, create a colorful eye look. I want it to be kind of bright, kind of grungy. I want to use a little bit of all the different mattes and shimmers in the palette. Also, I love the pan embossing. I think it's so fun with all of these beachy vibes. There's turtles and flowers and palm trees and starfish and flamingos. Absolutely such a cute touch. So I'm going to start with this kind of citrine green grungy yellow shade called Far From Normal. And I'm going to pick that up on a fluffy brush. Oh, and side note, there is a mirror in the palette, so this would be great to take for travel. And I'm going to focus this shade on the inner portion of my eye, and I'm going to bring that up about halfway, leaving this portion of my crease open for another matte. Ooh, this is really pretty. It's definitely mustard yellow, but it's more of a bright mustard yellow, if that makes any sense. It's grungy, but it's also bright and beautiful. It's very pigmented. It's exactly the color I was expecting based on what it looks like in the pan. And then, like I said, this shade down here, I have to use it. It is called Sunset Celebration. Has a cute little flamingo embossed, and that shade is actually going to go on the outer portion of my eye, bringing in a little bit of depth, and then I'm going to bring that over to meet that first shade, Far From Normal, that kind of grungy, bright yellow, grungy mustard yellow shade. Okay, this shade is everything that I ever wanted it to be. It is that perfect coral shade. It's so pretty. Oh my goodness, this shade, I knew I was going to love this shade as soon as I opened the palette, but I really actually like it paired with that mustard shade. Okay, I'm in love with this so far. Now I'm going to use my NYX glitter glue. Again, similar to my eyeshadow primer, I always use a glitter primer, and my favorite is NYX. It's affordable and it works really well. I'm going to just tap that all over my lid with the exception of this outer corner. I do want to leave that nice and opaque with that beautiful coral shade. There's this beautiful shimmer here called Rum Runner, and it looks like it's going to pair beautifully with my outer corner shade. So picking that up on my finger, we will do one shimmer with my finger, one with a brush. I'm going to focus that on the outer half of my lid, closest again to that really pretty coral shade. Ooh, that's pretty. It's definitely a little bit more peachy, but it has the coral undertone, so it looks really beautiful next to that matte. And this yellow shimmer shade, Conch Republic, is so pretty. There's also a gold, kind of a more deeper, darker, bronzy gold, but I'm going to go with Conch Republic. Picking that up on a flatter brush, we're going to test out brush application, and I'm actually going to place that right next to the peachy coral shade, and I'm going to bring that over so that those two shimmer shades meet. And this yellow shade kind of goes over that peach just a little bit and blending that out. These shimmers, absolutely perfection with the brush, perfection with the finger. Now for the lower lash line, I have to pop in some blue. I love a touch of blue on the lower lash line, so I'm going to pick up the matte Sea Meets Sky. Love the dolphin pan embossing, and I'm going to buff that on my lower lash line. I think that looks so beautiful with the yellow and the peach. And then this kind of teal oceany shimmer called Paradise Found. Absolutely beautiful. I'm going to pick a little bit of that up and buff it right on top. Ooh, that looks really good. That kind of diffused that out a little bit and then added that little bit of sparkle. And then for my inner corner highlight, I'm picking up the shimmer shade called Key Largo. It's a lot lighter than that deeper shimmer shade that we use, and I'm going to pop that on my inner corner. Ooh, that's really pretty. That is definitely peach versus that first shimmer shade being more coral, but it looks really nice next to the yellow. Really nice addition to the look with the yellow and the blue. And then with our fluffy brush that we use to apply the yellow matte, no added shadow, I'm just going to use it to just buff and blend one final time. Let me go ahead and do some liner and mascara. Something with my hair. I actually just came home from the gym, get dressed for the day, and I'll be back to share my thoughts on the new Nomad Cosmetics Keys Beachy and Peachy Palette. So here is the final look using the Nomad Keys Beachy and Peachy Palette. As I was getting ready, doing the rest of my makeup, getting dressed for the day, doing my hair, all I kept thinking about is this palette and how I'm so excited to create more looks with this. I feel like this is one of the best color stories that Nomad has done in a long time, especially for a little bit more summery, bright, beachy palette. There's so many options. There's grungy looks that you can create with this, more neutral leaning looks. You can do really bright, vibrant looks, similar to the one that I did today. Sunset vibes, beach vibes, the shimmers. There's so many great options for all of the different types of looks that you can create. And again, I love that there's lights, mid-tone, and deep matte. The pigmentation, 1,000,000 out of 10. I mean, this shade right here is my favorite shade in the palette, the one that I have on the outer portion of my eye. I really like it paired with the yellow. It's really giving sunset vibes, really truly. I think it looks beautiful with the gloss that I chose. This is the NYX. This is Milky Gloss. So I'll link this down below for you. It's the gloss that I have on. I just really, really love this palette. I really love it. And I'm inspired by this. And like I said, I'm really excited to use it again. And it takes a lot with my huge eyeshadow palette collection for me to get that excited, where I just want to keep reaching in. I just keep thinking of all the different looks that I can do, and it makes me really excited. Nomad definitely knocked it out of the park with this palette. I think if you're looking for a colorful palette that's great for summer, again, going into fall, because there's grungy colors in here as well. The packaging is beautiful. The cause going to the Dolphin Foundation. it's just a million out of 10. It's such a good release from Nomad. So I will have this linked down below for you. This palette is currently available. I will have all of the information in the description box, as well as that 10% discount. So let me know down below, what do you think of my look? Are you going to pick up the new Nomad palette? I actually really recommend it. I'm really happy to have it in my collection. And like I said, I cannot wait to use it again. I'll also have all of my favorite beauty subscription boxes. Again, all of the other makeup that I'm wearing today, including this gloss if you're interested in shopping this look. Discounts to my favorite indie brands, including Nomad. And come follow me on TikTok for more beauty and makeup. I am really, really excited about this.